Not me thinking when I was little that I was going to marry a prince in England and never see my family again, though. Like, I mean, Disney played me for real. Like, I was literally a little, like, you know, poor girl believing that, like, I'm going to a ball and I'm going to lose my shoe and that's going to be it. Like, I am going to be a princess now. And the only time I've ever lost my shoe, seriously, was when I was drunk. And no prince ever came. Okay, so your girl done accidentally got herself 2 jobs by accident. um, so it got me thinking about this trad wife thing, and like I think I had mentioned it a while back. Halo glow. About the all the videos I was seeing about like homesteading and all that stuff. And now Nara, I think her last name's Smith, her and Lucky, it's a supermodel on TikTok. Oh, I love her, man. She makes everything from like scratch, like all of her, even cereal, dude. Like she cooks for those babies, like gourmet stuff, and it's so cool. I love her. And I was thinking about what are my views on like the whole trad wife thing. And literally, I just used to think that I would be so good at it. Like, I was going to be dipping into my pioneer roots and growing food from the earth and darning your socks and all of these things, which I did. I did fix a teddy bear for my grandson and some sweatpants. So I feel like that was A1 grandmothering. But I'm going to tell you about my experience. I am just now going back to work. Literally today is my first day at my first job. Second job, I don't know. And then I'm going to tell you what I felt about how it really felt to be a stay-at-home wife. Okay, so when I was raising my kids, I worked. Like there were definitely times when they were little that I didn't have a job. But for the majority of the time, I worked. I had a business. Most of you guys know I did hair. And we were super active. Like my youngest and my oldest played a lot of sports. My middle child was extremely socially active. That sounds weird. But like always with friends over, that kind of thing. We were active in my church. At the time I had a ministry, a small group with ladies, and we were just busy all the time. Like I said, sports, ministry, church, my business, like we had stuff going on all the time. So I never really got to do, I did not do any like traditional like staying at home kind of thing. Like the closest I got to staying at home was when I had a surgery and I had to, like I had to stay home. So coming up this last couple of months, right? I have not had a job, and I was going to try to open a salon in my home. Like that's the basement space that you guys see. I was going to try to do that, and we opted not to. It's a lot of red tape to jump through, and I don't have the clientele here, so it just wasn't worth it. So now it's just my private area now. It's just for me. But anyway, so the last several months, probably since last summer, so whatever that would be, I have been staying at home with my husband, and I'm not gonna lie, I was literally like, this is the most exciting thing. Like, I love this. Like, I really love, cooking for him and, well, us, you know what I'm saying? And like making sure like all of his laundry is, done and folded, and making sure that like dinner's on the table before he gets home, and like doing all of this stuff. Like I was literally having like the best time, right? Like making sure my house is like tip top clean, and got back into doing like videos and stuff. So I was like, this is the life. Like I love this. I don't know why women are like hooting and hollering about, you know, they don't want to be a traditional stay-at-home, you know, wife, because, you know, at this point, like, my kids are raised. So it's just my dogs, who I'm sure y'all hear around my feet, and my husband, you know. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. My mother lives with us, and she has a rare blood cancer. So I just really thought that, like, staying at home was gonna be like my jam. Like, in my mind, I'm like, you know, my daughter has my grandsons, like, she can bring them over. That was the Camo Elf concealer, but I was like, oh, you know, and I'm gonna go in with Pretty Fresh from ColourPop, which I am loving ColourPop, by the way, guys. I love them. My gosh, I want to be a big sponsored person so I can get free ColourPop, right? Anyway, so I really thought that, like, it was going to be great, and I was just going to be like just having the best time. And I did. For a while, I did. Like, I feel like I got projects done around the house. I feel like I was, like, doing, like, all these things. And, you know, I was ladies who lunch, you know what I mean? Like, running to Target, running to Kroger, running to wherever, you know what I'm saying? And having, like, this really good time. Here's the thing, though. I've always been used to having, you know, some money. Like, I'm not saying like being, you know, rich or anything, but like, I've always been used to having some money. So when we had to cut down things because, you know, it's not 2 incomes anymore, it's 1, that's when it started getting like, oh, this isn't really fun for me. Like, I was like, okay, so this isn't really fun. Like, I feel like I would like thrive at maybe being like a stay-at-home wife if we were like super rich or something, like, maybe, you know, and I had like some passion projects that I could do or whatever, but I don't know. Anyway, hold on. Okay. Also, I feel like if I had, like, if I was still raising my children and we still had all of the things to do, like, you know, that we used to do, like the sports and all that, and places to be, and, you know, people to see, that kind of thing, I feel like I would definitely like it better now. Oh, sodium, God, ugh, like swollen. Anyway, but what I noticed happening is that I started getting a little bit sad. Like, I was definitely having to like chase the sadness away. And I found that I was super waiting on the weekend for my husband to get home. Like, it started getting to that point where I was like, okay, oh my God, you guys. But anyway, it started getting to that point where I was just like, you know, really looking forward to like him being home, and I wasn't really enjoying necessarily the time that I had to myself anymore. Getting very like anal about my house looking a certain way, and like for me, that when that happens, when I am like super controlling over my house, it's because I'm controlling something that I can control. Let me blend this out. Holy cow, you guys, that took me 25 minutes. I'm just kidding, but almost. Anyway, I forgot you can't, these products are so pigmented, dude. And I forgot, so my bad. Anyway, so what I was saying, guys, ColourPop, something. So, Digital Baddie, that's what it is. I found myself in these like bouts of depression, right? Where I was just like, you know, waiting for my husband to come home. And it was like some days when I had like something to do, like, you know, some kind of thing I was working on or like whatever, I would feel very good and be like, okay, yeah, I really do want to stay at home. Like, you know, this is like what I want to do. Because it gives me all this time, you know, for this and that. Or like, I'd even like have a day where I was like, you know, chilling with, you know, Jesus pretty hard. And I'd be like, yeah, this is what I really want to do. Like, I really just want to stay at home, you know, and pursue like whatever. And I would do that, or like, I'd be like, okay, like, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to like film for YouTube, or, make a TikTok, or, something like that. And I kept thinking like, this is going to be awesome. Like, hopefully one day I can just make this my job, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. For me, I can't do that stuff. Like, going to the gym only takes, what, a couple of hours of your day, an hour at the gym tops, on the days I was feeling like motivated. Going to the grocery store, okay, cool, but these things were like, once I had done them and kind of the novelty kind of wore off, I was like, okay, well, what do I do now? And like, once you've gotten your house to the cleanliness that you've gotten, you're just maintaining, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got your little projects done, going in this Naruto whatever, this palette, this color, Naruto, I don't know how to say that. I've been saying it wrong. It's the little anime guy, and I don't want to offend the like anime people who love him, but anyway, so what I was seeing was happening was I was only halfway enjoying it. Like, I loved having my own schedule time to do things, and I loved it, but there was something in there that was missing for me. I think not having like the spending money that I was used to having. And I'm not talking about like I'm going to buy, a new car or anything. Just, go into Target, like Reese Tisa said, and it's okay because, like, you've got the money to go to Target. But like, I think, I don't know, it just felt to me like something was missing for me. I needed something else, and I needed to get out of the house. I needed to be around people, and I've seen that like my social skills were slipping, dude. Like, I was like, I don't know how to people anymore. So let me backtrack. It wasn't just that I had been here, been at home without a job for like the last, almost year. But prior to that, I worked from home. So I was on the phone with people, but I didn't really have like connection, I guess. So anyway, long story short, to kind of wrap things up, what do I think about this whole traditional wife thing? I think if your mental health can handle it, and you can do it, and you have the finances and you love it, then you should do it. I think if it's something that you feel, I'm very glad that I got the opportunity to kind of do it and see that, okay, maybe for me, I really do need to be out of the house a little bit. I did accidentally get myself 2 jobs, which I said earlier. I didn't mean to do that. What happened was I got the job that I'm going to now first, and a job that I had applied for that I didn't think that I would get, I actually did get. Both of these jobs are part-time. So I am kind of considering keeping them both. I don't know. That might be a little bit too hard, because what I would like to do is incorporate some of what I have gotten out of the being a stay-at-home, well, kids are grown, but being a stay-at-home wife. I would like to have the balance of the two, where maybe I'm getting out of the house to go to my job for a couple of 5 or 6 hours a day or something like that. Well, my other job is going to be, it's 8-hour shifts, but anyway, maybe I get to do that a couple days a week or whatever, and then I still have time to do the things I love at home and make sure that my home is running properly. That is ideal. I do believe the job that I just got hired for will afford me to be able to do that, with the pay that they've offered me. So I may not be keeping 2 jobs. However, one of the jobs that I got that I'm going to today is actually like a fun job, and I kind of want to keep it, so we'll see. All right, so final thoughts. My advice to you is do what is best for your family, what's best for your family's finances, and mostly, you know what's best for you, because you can't pour from an empty cup. So maybe you, like me, can't go full on traditional stay-at-home wife, mom, whatever, but maybe you can afford to do it part-time, and that will, like, you know, help you out. Or maybe you are like Nara. Well, I think she works. But maybe you are like full on. I know a power mom who is a traditional stay-at-home mom, and she makes it look like the best thing ever. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if you can do it, do it. But the point is to do what works for you. I love you. Bye.
If you like Grandma's videos, then subscribe yet.